Hello, 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 hello. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Real Talk, Real Talk. Hey friends and family, go ahead and share this broadcast with your friends and family. Today, we're just going to spend a little time just chatting with my friend Tanisha Simpkins. She is a publicist. She is a radio host and among many other things that she does. She wear many hats. As you know, women in our society today wear many hats. She's a mother. She is a author. I mean, there's so many things about this woman, and she's going to tell us a lot about herself today as we chat here on Real Talk. A reminder to you that Real Talk is here for the community. Any topic or subjects that you feel that we should share or discuss, you are more than welcome to do so. If you have a church event that is going on, you can also publicize here and we can share it so they can know that you have an upcoming event. You are more than welcome to be a part of this platform, and you can reach me at 954-947-6407 and also at mywewa.org, or you can email me at mywewa@gmail.com. So today I have with me my sister and friend, my personal, how can I say, one place, one shop, mother, friend, publicist. I mean, whatever you need to know, she's the person to talk to. Tanisha, talk to our crowd today. Tell them a little bit about you.
You were saying some accolades of myself, and yeah, I do wear many hats. Many hats from experience. I'll put it that way because that
Yes.
makes a difference.
Hmm.
I am a publicist for media and entertainment. Media, I do radio. I say that I do. I'm a woman in radio. I'm a woman in PR. I'm a woman when it comes to ministry. I do shepherd women. I love it. Young adults, adults, and co-ed. So I guess that means all of them, except kids. So I wear many hats, and as a woman, I love it. You know, I love it. I
Yes,
love it.
for sure in this community and society, many of the women who are viewers that are watching today, I do believe that you wear many hats. Many of you are entrepreneurs, businesses, and while you're holding down your family, and I applaud you because you are strong as an individual. And today, because of your strength, I can see that you have a story to tell. There is a lot about Tanisha that probably a lot of people don't know. They see you on Facebook where whenever somebody posts someone, you're always there. She's always encouraging. She shares your inspirationals. She applaud you. If you're celebrating, she celebrate with you. And that's very rare in our community to find women who want to celebrate life with you
Mm,
instead of feeling intimidated or feel like you're taking a spotlight. The world is big enough for us all, and
amen.
you as a woman show that, you know what, go ahead, sister. I'm behind you. And that is what we truly need in our community.
You know what? I'm glad that you did say that because I just feel like it costs you nothing to be nice.
Hmm.
It costs you nothing to show compassion,
Hmm.
and it costs you nothing to celebrate.
Yes.
If you know someone, I don't have the notification whose birthday, but if I see it, I say happy birthday.
Right. Hmm.
I don't. If I see someone celebrating, I get a like or a heart or something like that because we all like to feel special
Yes.
in some type of way. And
Hmm.
like today I'm wearing red. Today is what we call Valentine's Day. It's not a holiday, but it's a day of
Right.
love,
Hmm.
as they added now, a day of service.
Yes.
So a
Yes.
day of love and service, and so it means so much to a lot of different people.
Yes.
But unfortunately, well, I won't say unfortunately, but this day is a day that I actually buried my husband
Mm.
16 years ago. Now,
Wow.
for the audience, I did not know it was Valentine's Day.
Wow.
So when I went in to do the paperwork and at the funeral home, it was actually his family's funeral home. I did everything. I just wanted to pay everything and get everything done. We were in South Carolina. Um, I said, well, I want to do it next week. She said,
Hmm.
you sure next week? I was like, yeah, I don't want to wait,
Hmm.
like 2 weeks. Let's just get it done.
Right.
But she never mentioned to me a holiday. She just said, are you sure?
Right.
And I was just like, yeah. So on the day of, it was raining the day of. My family came to visit.
Mhm.
So that nighttime before they left, they said, well, let's go out to dinner.
Mhm.
So I'm like, what is all this traffic? Why all these people? It was like, well, today is Valentine's Day. And I said,
Wow.
oh, I didn't
Wow.
know, you know.
How did that feel? How did that feel when that reality hit you?
I didn't look at it bad because I said, you know what? It's still a day of love. I buried who I consider the
A
love of
loved
my
one.
life, on this
So
love
actually,
day.
if you look at it, it's a perfect day.
It was.
It was
I
a
look
perfect
at it
day.
that day.
Mhm.
Other people may look at it or they'll see little notes or
Mhm.
see you like, oh, I'm just thinking of you. And I was like, no, it's just a day of love. I look
Yes.
at it. I look at it
Yes.
like that, a day of blessings.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I send my kids, something. My daughter gave me some flowers and some
Right.
fruit this
Right.
morning. So, I look at it as a day of love,
Yes. Yes.
and that's part of my life that I represent. We all have legacies
Yes.
that we have in our life, and that's part of a legacy. That's part of my life. We all have legacies where things have happened in our
Mhm.
life, and
Mhm.
sometimes we want to share it, and sometimes we just don't.
Right. And this is something now you will never forget because it's a day that's actually celebrated as the world is celebrating Valentine's Day. And that's the day that you buried your loved one. And I believe there's a lot of people out there today who are maybe did not bury their loved one on Valentine's Day, but at a time like this, they're remembering the person that they love. They're remembering the good times. They're remembering the loss. And
Right,
some
right, right.
people spend a moment of silence where they really become withdrawn because they say, you know what, let me just leave this moment right here for 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 my love, whether it's their child, whether it's their husband, who maybe it's even a best friend,
Right,
because we
right.
lose people that we love and in many different ways. But at a time like this, even though it's Valentine's Day and everyone is thinking about gonna get what, the biggest box of chocolate, the biggest teddy bear. I'm not that type of girl. I mean, I'm not. I love flowers,
Yeah.
but I don't want you to give it to me because it's a particular day. I
Right.
love flowers on just because days,
Right, right,
just
right.
because it's the best gifts. You understand
Mhm.
me? Instead of trying to commercialize it. Okay, when we even look at the Bible, how the Bible tells us that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten
Right.
son. We could just say that's Valentine's
That
Day.
is.
Okay, that's
That
Valentine's Day.
is.
He give. It's a day to give. Okay, and he gave us a gift.
Right.
Okay, and that gift end up dying so we can live.
Mhm.
So it's a celebration. Even though there's a lot behind Valentine's, there are people who say they don't celebrate it because it's one of those other holidays that are not
Mhm.
biblical. But any way that you look at it, it's a time where people are coming together in love, and love should always be celebrated 24/7. I'm a stickler for love. I'm a
Right, right, right.
romantic,
Me
I
too.
love love.
Absolutely.
Okay, I even worship. Okay, that's why I love the part of worship where I can just say, Lord, I love you. I
Right.
thank you for loving me. I thank you for just being in my life. And
Absolutely.
so, hey, it's a day to remember.
It is.
Okay. So 16 years ago, that this happened to you. At that time, I'm sure there was a lot going on in your life at that time. And I'm sure nothing prepared you for this moment.
Absolutely. I had just had my daughter. So she was 2 months old.
Wow.
The incident happened. It was a car accident.
Wow.
So it
Wow.
happened right in front of the house.
My God, tragically.
Very tragically. So
Wow.
it was a sudden impact,
Wow.
death.
So he
So
was coming home.
he was coming home.
My
It was cold. It
goodness.
was raining. We had this long road. He probably was speeding, and we had a lot of potholes. And I would
Wow.
say, don't forget these potholes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a swerve, as they see, and it was more like you hit the tree instead of hitting the house, which
Mm-hmm.
the Lord
Wow. Wow.
saved everybody who was in the
In the
house.
house.
So yeah, that was a tragic part, and I just
Yes.
had my 2 month old daughter. So and there's other kids, so she didn't get to
Right.
experience
Right.
her father only from pictures or stories
Yes.
or
Yes.
things of that nature. But she's good.
Yeah.
She's good. And going into that, you think when you lose a loved one, oh my God, you have all these plans
Mm-hmm.
for the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have all these plans for your family.
Yes.
What would you do, for your kids and so forth. So there's days that, it'll get to me like, oh,
Yes.
my daughter's
Yes.
celebrating this or my son had his son, you would wish that,
That he was
Pops was
there.
there,
Yes.
and so forth. And the fact that, he was a good friend. You know,
Yes.
it's very rare when we get into relationships that we find good friends.
Yeah, that's
You know,
key. That's key.
yeah, that's
That's
like
key.
the key. So now in my singleness,
Hmm.
I'm always looking for the friendship because I'm a friend person
Right,
first.
right.
I feel like,
We can't be a good friend, then we can't do
we
anything
can't
else.
do
It's true.
nothing.
It's so true. And a lot of people basing their relationships, since we're talking about Valentine's Day, and this is going to air the next day, but you'll still be in the season because some people wouldn't have a chance
It's
to
love
celebrate
month.
today. So it's the whole month. Like me, what is my birthday? It's the whole month. That's my birthday. So it's love month, okay? A lot of people are at work and they would not be able to even go out on Valentine's. So tomorrow night, which is Saturday, which will be the day that we're airing now, a lot of you are in that mode for Valentine's and you're celebrating and you're really getting out there. But you must realize love is not about the, how they say it, all these butterflies and stuff flying around. Or love is about a commitment. Do I decide that I'm going to live with you for the rest of my life?
Right.
Okay, you have to commit into that. I know we spend a lot of time on chemistry, but chemistry falls under infatuation,
It
and
does.
that could go away very quickly. But love is, do you love this person enough that even if they are in a wheelchair, will you still love them? If they don't have a job, will you still love them? Will you still be in their corner? And you talked about friendship. Friendship is key. I always say that if you cannot be a good friend, then you
Hmm.
cannot be a husband. You understand me? You
Right,
can't
right.
be more, because friendship is those days when, honey, I don't feel good today. You know what? And we can affectionately just hug on each other. Okay, consider my feelings.
Right, right,
Okay,
right.
and that falls under the friendship. What would you do for your friend if you know your friend's not feeling well? You say words of encouragement. You know that they favor, maybe they like a favorite soup, and you know, let me get you some soup. You like this kind of soup? Let me bring you this soup. All of that fall into it. When you know the person as
Hmm.
a friend, you know their favorite color. You spend more time. But I
Let
find when
me,
we go into marriage,
yeah, yeah.
sometimes men don't even know their wife favorite color or what
Well,
they like or
size.
size. But in friendship, you take an extra step, more time
Right.
to find out what this person like and dislike. So that's key. It's
let
really
me let
key.
me say a little
Mm-hmm.
something. There's when I'm looking for friendship, or if I'm looking, or if we're dating,
Mm-hmm.
or even just me and you,
Mm-hmm.
sis. And I'm making a commitment because we make commitment with
Yes.
girlfriends.
Yes.
If that's my
Yes.
best friend, that's a commitment.
Yes.
And if I'm, doing a commitment where, what, me and her been rocking, I'm committed to her. That
Right.
that is one of my best friends.
Right.
I look for certain things, and I teach it, in my life group, or when I'm doing life studies,
Mm-hmm.
is that person has to support me emotionally, just like
Yes.
what you said.
Yes.
Sometimes as friends, or husbands and wives and so forth, it's hard for the other person to support them
Mm-hmm.
emotionally when
Mm-hmm.
they're going through emotional things. It could be something of the past. It could be
Right.
something that just happened. It could be the
Yes.
loss of a job. It could be a health reason. Some
Yes.
people will flee, or some
Yes.
people ignore you, like, I don't know what to say.
Right.
They get caught up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is to challenge me mentally.
Yes.
Challenge me, because I might be wrong.
Yes.
This
Yes.
business that I'm talking about, I might lose it all, but I need for you to say, well,
Mm-hmm.
um, hey, honey, this may not be right. You may be putting too much into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Challenge me. Sometimes we don't challenge our friends, even though it can be hard, even though you may say, well, oh, Lord, I don't know what may happen after I
Mm-hmm.
challenge her.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Mm-hmm.
depending, your friend's
Right.
personality, what
Right.
may happen, and make it mad,
Right.
whatever the case may be, that happens. And the other thing is to just support that person.
Support. Support. Care and support. Support
Care and
indeed.
support.
Support indeed. Many times you show that you care for someone, but you're not supporting them. People need you when they're going through. People need you. Say you put on an event. If someone is truly your friend, that's what you mean by the commitment. My friend is having an event. I have to support my girlfriend. I
Right.
have to support, and that is key.
Listen,
And
my
promote
friend is
it.
having an
Promote
event.
it.
I'm your helper.
That's it. Yes.
I'm your helper.
Volunteer.
I've done that for the last couple of them. A couple of my friends, they have an event,
Mm-hmm.
and it's their first event. You know what I say to them,
Right.
Linda? I'll be there.
Yes.
Because it means
It
something to
means.
them that's their
Yes.
first event, doing
Yes.
whatever they're doing. And it means something to me that I support you.
Exactly.
You
And they
know?
will remember that.
And they will
They will
remember
remember
because
that.
it's showing that I'm committed to our friendship.
Yes,
And a lot of
yes.
times, sometimes we lack that. You have a lot of people saying, sis, best friend, hey, this.
Mm-hmm. But
No,
there's no
you're not.
support.
You're
There's no
not.
support, so it's not real.
You're not. Because I don't feel like I can call you.
Mm-hmm.
You know who to call when something it'll come to
Yes.
your head automatically that who you're gonna pick up the phone and call.
Yes,
And I'm
yes.
appreciative of the people that do call me.
Yes.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, so what can I mean, men and women,
Yes.
what can we do about it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those things there mean a lot to me that that person is my friend. So in my singleness now, sometimes that's hard to find, because people will like 3 years ago. I don't mind telling
Mm-hmm. I
my
was about to get
story.
into that to find out from the 16 years, have you always been single?
Well, 3 years ago, I was dating someone. We were on that brink of engaged and looked at rings and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had gotten sick, and I knew that person couldn't handle that. That was too much for
Mm,
them. It
I
was too
see.
much uh, emotions. It was too much. I would be responsible. It was too much, and so they left. I mean, literally just
So
left.
he wasn't there for real.
No.
You know, because this is one of the things that I'm saying right now. When you say you love someone and you're committed to that person, and even when you stand before the altar, even though people today make their own vows, but it's still sickness and in
And health.
health,
Yeah.
meaning things can happen where you or the other person is sick.
Absolutely.
If you would want them to be in your corner, then you should expect the same thing for them. So he left at a time that you really needed his presence to be there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And that can be one of the hardest things because no one, one of the worst things that people deal with, whether it's men or women, is rejection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why on last night I do a blog. It's called Relationship 204 on Blog Talk Radio. And our subject was February, Love or Hurt Month.
Hmm.
Because it's a love month, but it's a feeling of hurt too, because you have a lot of people who feel like they don't have anyone through rejection.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
um, I remember a guy. We were talking. We were just friends, and I hadn't spoken to him in a few days. I got busy,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I do that. So I say I'm gonna do better. I do say, oh, okay, I'm gonna do better.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to me, I was starting to feel. He said, I'm not good with rejection. I was glad that he said that because I would like for a man to
Right.
share
But yet you
how
were
they
just
feel.
busy. You weren't
I
even
was just, I
rejecting him.
wasn't
But he
rejecting.
felt as
He felt
you
rejection.
ignoring him was rejection.
Yeah.
And it's necessary. That's why in love and a relationship, the key is communication. If someone does not normally, say, don't respond to a text
Right.
right away, don't always assume that they just don't want to talk to you. Life happens.
Right.
Find out, hey, you normally text me. Something changed. Instead of assuming,
Mm-hmm.
because what he did was assume that you
Mm-hmm.
was ignoring him, and he took that as you rejecting him. Wow.
So then now you got to decide, Linda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do I continue this? Because I don't know where his emotions are
Right,
right now.
right, right.
And that's something that when you are single, when you're married, hey, we just got to deal with each other.
That's it. Deal with it,
Yeah, we just got to
buddy.
deal with each other. But when you're single, you have to think, can I take on the past? Can I take on whatever emotions or things that you're going through at
Mm-hmm.
this time?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm
Right,
saying? And sometimes we meet people and they may be dealing with a lot, and then sometimes not.
right, right.
And that's men and women because we always think it's just women that have a
No,
lot that we
we all have things that we deal with.
we deal
Mm-hmm.
with. But can I handle these issues?
Right, right,
And I always say to people, think first before you jump.
right, right,
Because if you jump in there and then there's something that you can't deal with yourself or walk him through or walk her
right,
through or,
right.
try to seek some type of help,
Mm-hmm.
um, you both will fall,
Right.
you know?
That's true. And you just brought something that came to my mind. And I think of this, if you're going to go in a relationship, that's why one of the times they have counseling. They have counseling. But if you feel you have to go into a relationship or a commitment with someone and there's already issues, I'm sorry, I can't continue. Because if I'm already dealing, I have to seek, we have to sit down before a counselor just to work out something. Are we not even married yet? I'm sorry,
But look, that's the world. You've been married how long?
27
At what
years.
age?
I was married at 18.
Okay. So imagine if you was 35 right now in this world.
Hmm.
As you see so many things that are going on, as you see so many things
I don't
happen on
think I'll be getting
Facebook,
married. I'll tell you the truth.
you know?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, my husband is much older than me. He's 15 years my senior. So he already had the maturity. He already knew that he wanted a wife. He already knew that he wanted to settle down. That was not the issue. Most
See?
women want a guy that's already ready to settle down.
Right.
Most of the men today are not ready to settle down. They still want to play. They still want to live their life. They still want to do whatever. I didn't have to do that. So in today's world, he would have already be ready for me. Are you ready for me to be the woman in your life, or you still feel like you have to see other people? If you still see you have to see other people, I'm sorry, we're not getting married. I'm not gonna waste my time because as a queen, I want to be queen in your kingdom,
Right.
and I'm not sharing it with anybody. So if I cannot be the apple in your
Good
eye,
talk. Mm-hmm.
okay, and you can't see me, and you're with me, but you're checking everybody
Over
else
here, yeah,
out.
side eye, yeah.
If these women sit, I've seen women like I've seen stuff on video. They just slap these guys and walk off. Trust me, bye bye. You'll be talking. I say I'm going to the restroom, and I won't be back.
Yeah.
No.
Well, see, that's the difference is now is so much compromise. You know, I think that's probably why maybe I'm still single because I just don't want to deal with all the compromise.
It's
I
too
can't
much.
compromise that,
You
you
shouldn't have
know,
to compromise so
because
much.
think
Just a
about
little bit, maybe.
yeah, but think
But
about all the things that that are going on with the genders.
uh,
I have to compromise that you like this or you do this. Now you have a lot of men express their feminine self.
yeah,
So do
that's
you want to
scary.
compromise that? Oh well, he's okay or whatever. But you really deep down inside
No,
don't like that. That's not
no,
what you. That's
no,
not
no.
you. You want to compromise that. Oh well, you're my friend, but I got another friend too, so we're not committed. But when I talk to you, I talk to you. When I talk to them, I talk to them.
I'm sorry.
You know,
Like
so
I can't work with that.
yeah,
I
so you
can't
have
work with
people
that.
that want to compromise that. So
Hmm.
so so it's just so much.
Yes,
So
yes.
when you do find that person, they say, okay, well, wait the 90 days until you get, compatibly and know if
I'm
that
sure
person is
90 days is
compatible.
not enough. People
It's
don't
not
show
enough.
you,
It's a lifetime.
especially people who are putting on a front.
Hello.
That's hello. A lot of people put on front. I feel like you should be who you are and let that person decide if they want to deal with you or not. If you're the type of woman that's loud or whatever, don't be like,
Absolutely.
no, put it out there. There are men out there who love a woman that's boss, who love a woman the way that you are. You shouldn't have to lower yourself, or like I said in the last segment, or shrink yourself in order to fit into this person. And
Right.
then what happens? You get in a committed relationship, you're now married, and now you want to bust out. No, be who you are. You love certain things, put that up front. Don't hide it. This is me. This is the package.
Absolutely.
Okay, there are those who even hide if they have children. Don't do that. This person have to love you the way you are. This is your package. And the package, I'm not talking about the exterior on
Right.
how you look, okay? Today's society, most people are added features somewhere.
The added features, enhanced features.
They all
Real talk.
enhance. Okay, we're talking on real talk. Okay, there are enhancements. So you might need to go back and I go back and see these baby pictures. Was he a she?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all that.
Yeah, because it could be fraud.
Yes.
And you're right because I like the part about being who you are,
Yes.
being your authentic self.
Mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm,
understand what I'm saying? Being your unapologetic self.
just love you.
And that's something that I teach. You have to be you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like you said, if you're loud, you're
You're
loud.
loud.
If you wear wigs, hey, at some point you're gonna see my natural
Yes.
hair.
Yes. Yes.
I remember a time a young lady, she was married,
Mm-hmm.
and every morning when she woke up, her face was done.
Mm.
When she went to bed and when she woke up, And I'm like, and I said to her, and it went on a couple years, how do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
That's just so much work.
Right, right.
It's just so much, but she was beautiful anyway, so I didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand it.
It's an
Even
insecurity.
even with the makeups right now. Remember, you
Mm-hmm.
just put a little makeup
That's
on.
it.
Now your face got to be beat. It has
Mm-hmm.
to be beat
Right, right,
in
right,
order to even get on Facebook
right,
to do a live.
right, right.
And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, who wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning
No, I'm
and their
sorry.
face is beat
I'm
and they're
sorry.
preaching, and the only thing you can see is the eyelashes moving. I ain't talking about nobody personally,
Right,
but
right,
that's how it is.
right,
Sometimes it can be a distraction
right,
because you in there looking like, I wonder who did her makeup.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like
good
you're
one.
not really hearing
That's
anything.
true. Where did she
And
get that dress from?
yeah,
I like
yeah,
those
yeah. Look
shoes.
at that belt. I love that belt. We get so flawed up,
Yes, yes, yes,
even
we
as
do.
we're preaching.
Right.
I saw a young lady and I was telling a friend girl of mine, I said, I
Mm-hmm.
don't like it, that we showing, I like that we show ourselves
Right,
lives.
right,
We're about to
right.
preach, but we showing ourselves lives that we getting um custom made, that I'm standing
No.
here, somebody fixing me up,
Right, right.
I'm
That's not
doing this, and
necessary.
they doing my
And that's what the
makeup,
Bible talks
and I'm
about
finna go
modesty.
preach,
As a
and it's like,
Christian person, a Christian woman, you should be modest. It didn't say you can't get your hair done, you can't get yourself done
absolutely.
extravagantly. But a lot of things isn't modest, especially when you're on the pulpit and you're speaking. You need to come across very modest as possible. You don't want to distract people by how big your hair is or how
Your
bad your lashes
earrings.
are. Actually, all of those things shouldn't even be on there because the whole
So
point is to
shouldn't.
bring the word. So if you're gonna have all these adornments on, then you're on the wrong stage. I'm sorry, you're on the wrong stage. Like for example, today this is my first time on the show where my face is all made up because I went and I did a photo shoot for my book cover. I don't like lashes. I forgot they're still on. I
Well,
don't
they look
like
nice.
lashes, and I'm about to take them off by the time as I get home. But the young lady felt this is what you need to enhance, blah blah blah. But okay, I went ahead and did it. I always get lashes, but I usually take it just for the pictures. And when the pictures are done, I'm good because to me, I feel like that's saying I'm so fake, so artificial. Just the lash, okay? Everything else you've seen on me is me, okay? It's no enhancement. Praise God, it was a blessing from my grandmother. Amen. But again, there's a time and a place for every single thing. Okay, and when you talked about the pulpit, that should not be the place for us to come on with a fashion show.
Men too.
Yeah,
See, they do like
too
this.
flashy.
Just let y'all see my
Hmm.
watch.
Right.
You know,
You got to see that Rolex.
let you,
You got to see those, even men, they get
shoes.
red bottoms for men.
I got to
You
walk
know?
out here a little bit, let you see what I got on. See, this thing is
Right.
fit. And
Hmm.
sometimes it's too tightly fit.
Right.
It's just like, okay, I still love. I don't know if that's the Baptist in me.
Hmm.
Okay, guys. Even though right now I'm at a non-denominational church, but that's my foundation. I
Hmm.
Baptist. That's what I call it. Hashtag I
Hmm.
Baptist. And I say that because we wear robes. We wear robes in the pulpit. Most
Hmm.
of them that I still know, or they just wear a regular gray
Right.
blue suit.
Well, I'm Church
You
of
know.
God, so we didn't wear robes in the pulpit. But what I learned to do is wear like loose dress. Like
Yeah.
when I'm speaking, it's not. I have clothes for just when I'm speaking. Like when I'm on the stage, things that are not too
That's
close
flow.
to me,
Yeah.
that flows, so I
Right.
don't have to worry about it's too
Pushing.
tight and
Yeah.
pulling down. No,
Right. Right.
because right now it's about bringing the word, and let's focus on that. Yes, we can still be stylish, but there's a
Absolutely.
limit. We can't be in bodycon and on the altar. Now, see, we got to this because today we are just talking as girlfriends
Candid
and we going
conversation.
having
Just
candid
real talk.
conversations, moving from one thing to the other. And the reason why we went there is because when you go into a relationship, we want you to be who you are. Okay, not what this person wants you to be. A lot of women enhance themselves in order to keep a man, but let me tell you, he already knows it was enhancement, and he's gonna find somebody
Right.
else. Because if he's drawn to all that artificial stuff, trust me, he's not committed to you. He's not. Okay, he's not committed to you. There are guys who are chest men or butt men or eyes, different types of things. So while you trying to enhance one thing, he actually was focused on something else. So we shouldn't change ourselves to fit somebody else's norm. And that young
Absolutely.
lady you said about, that's a lot of work.
That's a lot
To
of
go to
work.
bed at night, make
That's a lot
up,
of work.
get up in the morning, that's a job already in itself. Okay. There was one, I posted it on Facebook, where the lady, after she got married, her face was made up so much that the guy, oh, no, 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 this one, the guy was blind. She married the guy blind. And when he got his sight, he said he's going to leave her because she's too ugly. So
Mm.
basically, he only married her because of her kindness. Actually, he saw her beauty, but when he actually saw her in reality,
Outside.
he
Hmm.
said she was ugly, and he divorced her because she was too ugly. Now, mind you,
Oh
when you
my
look
God,
at
I
the
would sue
guy,
him.
yes, but when you look at the guy that said he left her because he was ugly, he ugly too. You are pair match in made in heaven. But I'm like, wait a minute, he did not just say that to her. You understand me? And she accepted you being blind.
That's the problem.
Come on.
And that happens a lot of times that we accept people for who they are,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't accept
They
that
don't
person
accept
for
that
who they
person for who
are.
they are. It's
Like if
one-sided.
I accept you, okay, I'm gonna use this as an example. We were
Mm-hmm.
talking about something about people dating of letting go your. The question was when helping someone letting go their past. Sometimes it doesn't further you guys in the relationship,
No, yeah, it could cause a
and
problem.
it can cause a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we were talking about, we were saying there's different things of the past. It could be abuse, it could be addiction, it
Yes.
could be all of that. And you always hear those stories sometimes where a man or a woman will help someone get through some things,
Right.
or they'll help them with their weight loss, or they'll help them through their addiction. And then the moment they have overcome, what happens? They get up and leave.
They leave them.
And they get up and
Yes.
leave and feel like, well, I can do better. So I got you.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
true.
now I can do better.
It's true.
Isn't that just
It's
horrible?
horrible. It's
It's horrible
horrible.
because just like this person, I seen this story, just like this person loved this person, because of their blind or hindrance that they
Mm-hmm.
had,
Mm-hmm.
illness.
She accepted you.
She accepted you. She
Yes.
cared for you. She walked you around. She toured
Yes.
you.
She committed
She
herself to you.
committed herself to you.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to feel like this is trash, that's awful.
That's bigger than rejection. I mean, this person could go into depression. So much can happen to this individual because she actually gave herself. She changed her lifestyle, obviously, to fit yours, to compromise, to be there for you. Or you've
Absolutely.
seen stories where they give their kidneys or whatnot, and then later on the guy leave. Come on, people. Think about this. Somebody went out of that way for you. Okay, I know a lot of us are about benefits and what we can get from somebody, but
Right.
in love, you should be able to. It's two-way. Okay, you have to give and receive. It's not about I'm getting, get, but there's nothing in return. Love should be reciprocated.
Absolutely.
It should be reciprocated.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so as you can see today, we're really being real, and these are really real things that happen in our community. Now, as we are talking about love, and you said about 3 months ago how that ended up, and how did you come away from that?
But it was 3 years ago. I was hurt. I was absolutely hurt. I was hurt to the point where, why me? What's wrong with me?
Hmm.
Oh my God. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do no ministry anymore. Oh me, oh me, oh
Hmm.
my. I'm on the floor. Lord help me. I still have to, I'm taking medication. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, and then I have to tell my daughter, who's older, because she loved this person,
Hmm.
truly loved this person, why they're not here. So I lied at first. And I was like, well, they went home to visit, then I finally told the truth. But they're like,
Hmm.
well, where they
Hmm.
at,
Right,
or
right.
whatever. But it was. I found a lesson out of it. Let's just put it that way.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
did find a lesson out of it. I had a friend that called me up, and first thing she said was, "Get off the floor." Girl, how you
That's
know
it.
I'm on the floor?
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's what you talk about, the friendship.
Yeah,
You got to pick
yeah,
you up when you're down.
yeah. And we began to pray. And I just knew, okay, since you got to get it together,
Hmm.
you really got to get it together.
Hmm.
This is not the end of the world. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, your heart was broken. You felt like sometimes in relationships or marriages, you feel like you giving your all,
Right.
and that person just um, sometimes
Yes.
just don't know what to do with it,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
it don't. It's not you. They just don't
Say
know
that
what to
again.
do with
It's
it.
not you.
It's not.
It's not.
They
And
just don't know what to
everyone
do
has
with it.
been there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and I just felt like that person did not know what to do with it. because as I thought about the patterns of some conversations,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized this is a pattern for that person. They don't know what to do with love, you know. Um, and I just went back into what I was doing. I said, okay, I got to get back into ministry,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Got yourself busy.
I got myself, yeah, busy, and I knew what the development was. I knew my wrong.
Right.
I'm going to tell you just like
Mm-hmm.
that. I
Mm-hmm.
knew my wrong, and I said, okay, Lord, I hear you. I know what I did wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know what I did wrong.
So you acknowledge it.
I acknowledged it. I acknowledged it because for a whole year I didn't do ministry,
Hmm.
and I didn't do ministry, Linda. And we're going to keep it real. It's real
Right.
talk, right?
Right.
I didn't do ministry because I wanted to keep a man
Hmm. So you put him, man,
first.
before ministry.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
did.
he was blocking you in ministry then, if that be the case.
If that be the case, I stopped. I sent the letter and stopped. Let me stop
Wow.
because I knew everything. We know our
You
principles in the
gave up
Bible.
all of this, yet
We
you
know
gave up
our
all of this, and
yeah.
yet it's still, that was still the outcome.
That was still the outcome. Because we've
Yes,
been
we
there.
know
We
our
learn. We know the
principles.
Bible. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
We know when we're wrong and what
Mm-hmm.
we should not be doing.
Right.
We know that. And I stopped when I was doing certain things. I
Mm-hmm.
told my best friend, one of my best friends, I said, we know we can't talk about that subject
Mm-hmm.
because then I'll be a hypocrite.
Right.
So we can't. Like people do when they preach. We can't
Mm-hmm.
talk about that subject.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
can't go here on
You
this. I
can't go
can't go
here.
here on that. And that's basically what I did. So, and then if we would talk about it, I wouldn't say anything. I would just be quiet because I already knew my shame.
Right.
So when that happened, at first I didn't realize it until afterwards. I was like, okay, Lord, I hear you. I understand.
Right.
You know, I was tested, and I believe in tests. You know, I've been tested. I was tested in that,
Tested and
and I
tried.
failed. You know, I
I'm
failed.
glad you brought that because we go through tests and people think it's every test that you pass. And we live in real. Let's be real because we're talking real talk. There are a lot of tests that you go through before you actually succeed. You have failed many times.
Right.
Okay? And if you try to take a test without doing any review, you will fail. If you try to take a test without any type of study, no matter what's going on, you are not going to get a perfect 100. You had to study. You had to go through. You had to spend the time and night, to lose sleep in order to pass this test.
Absolutely.
Okay? So when you say this, we have gone through tests. We've been tried through the tests. And then that's how you know if you, how do you say, pass. But most of the time, like you said, you failed that test.
And we have to be honest
And we
about
have
it.
to be honest. This is a transparent
Right.
moment. We must be honest about it. Nothing is perfect. Only one person actually is perfect, and that's
Right,
God.
right.
And when we fall before Him, we are not even close as far as comes to perfection. So things happen. We are human beings. Now, the thing now, and I can use Johnny McKirkland's song, is we fall down, but we must get back up again. See, there are times when you fall and you stay down.
Right.
Okay, you
And
fell,
roll around and
you stayed down, and even though the person left, you were still on the ground for a year. I mean, you really was on the bottom.
no, that was a year. Yeah, I was still on the bottom, but
Mm-hmm.
a year while I was with that person that I stopped.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that
Oh,
I
well,
stopped.
then you did the right thing.
Yeah.
You did the right thing because you realized you cannot serve two masters.
Yeah.
And your two masters there was man and ministry. Look at it, 2M. Okay, so you realize you can't do ministry and do Him. So you stop ministry
There
to
you go.
see if you can push love to make love happen, so you can now get back into ministry.
Come on, girl.
But love
Y'all,
left you.
y'all hear that?
Okay,
Come on now.
we do it a lot. Okay, you put life, you put Christianity, you
We
put
do it.
you
Let's
put
keep
your
it real.
principles on hold.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so that you can make it work, so
Right.
you can get back to. Let me get back to that woman in the pulpit now. Let me get back. I'm married now. As married now, y'all.
Right, right.
So you can get there and be on the altar, okay, and you can preach it. But here's where it's get lost. A lot of you forget to say that you was failing.
Right.
You was failing to pass, to stand before everyone. Why you didn't bring down
Say
those
that again. To do
failures?
what? To stand what?
You were failing just to stand to say that now that I passed, but you did not show. How many times are people who take an RN test? They cried. I know a lot of them who cried. But when you see that person post on Facebook, hey, I graduate, y'all.
How many
Hey,
times
I'm
they
married, y'all.
failed?
How many times did they fail? They didn't show you those moments. And
Right.
only transparent people to say, I took the test 10 times. Only the transparent ones will come out and say that. So when you out there trying to be like, I got it together, I got the car. How many times they repoed the car before you actually have the key? Or you already got the car and 30 days later they repoed it
Oh,
and you can't
Jesus, I
even
hope
show up.
not.
You had to park far away so people don't realize you no longer have that car anymore. Come on. Those are the failures. Those are the realities in life. Okay, so she stopped and put on hold for that man, or you probably doing it for that woman. But think about it. Is it worth it enough? Are you going to stand in the end? That's the outcome. Will you stand with this person in the end? He wasn't there for her. She gave up for him, but he wasn't there for her.
Amen. You preach that, girl.
I mean, you know what?
And that's what real talk is. That's what real talk is. And I'm glad that you did mention it, and you did put it that way, because that can help someone.
Yes.
That can help someone with a lot of decision makings in their life. Not only just relationships, but like you said, with a test or anything that they're going through, because we will be tested.
Yes.
And we have to acknowledge that I'm being tested.
Yes.
You're going to be
Yes.
tested in your faith. You're going to be tested with something that you did in the
Every
past.
area.
You'll look like, well, where does this come from? Why
Every
why
area.
you testing me, Lord? Because I just want to know.
Yes. Every
I just want
area.
to know. And we have to be honest enough to say, okay, I felt that. Okay, Lord, I felt.
I
You
failed.
know, you know.
I
We
failed.
call that truth encounter.
Yes.
With Him, and,
Yes.
and and just move forward with it. And do better.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, today we were just being candid and we had our session where we just talked. And I'm sure there's many of you who have a story that you would like to share, just like Tanisha shared. I'm sure there's more to her story. We just stayed to that area because we're in the season of love. And so we show how we sacrifice in love. And many times we don't get the results of what it is that we seek. We didn't get the ring, we didn't get the man, or we didn't get the woman. A lot has happened. But the thing is to get up. Okay, don't be upset with love. Don't say you'll never fall in love again. Just be happy. Heal yourself. All right, and just get right back up again, brush yourself up, and keep going, because that's what life is about. As long as you are living and breathing, just keep pushing and try until you get to pass that test. You have any last words?
Yeah, you guys can connect with me on any social media as Tanisha Simpkins, SIMPKINSENT. That would be for Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And also, I have a Blog Talk Relationship podcast show on Thursdays at 9 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio, and that's blogtalkradio.com/R204. Why 204? Because one-on-one is basic and relationships sometimes can be complicated. And again, my name is Tanisha Simpkins, and I just want to thank you for allowing me to be on your platform.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And just like she is welcome here on the platform, you have a story to tell, you're more than welcome. Reach out to me at mywewa@gmail.com. You can also go on to mywewa.org. You can find me on Facebook. Why did I say Wewa when this is Real Talk? Real Talk is a segment that is under Wewa. Wewa is abbreviation for Women Inspiring Women Association. You can find us on Instagram, wewa.inspiration, or Facebook at wewa.inspiration. Thanks for watching, and remember, share, share, share.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.